They told you it was just a simple fruit. Sweet, refreshing, harmless. But what if I told you that the juice you've been overlooking your entire life hides one of the most powerful secrets for male vitality after 60? I'm not talking about some exotic potion or a supplement sold on late-night television. I'm talking about something sitting quietly in your kitchen right now. Apple juice. Yes, the humble apple juice. The drink your grandchildren love, and that you probably stopped paying attention to decades ago, might be the key to restoring energy, sharpening the mind, and even reigniting the kind of strength you thought time had stolen from you. You see, I've spent over 25 years as a urologist, listening to men whisper their frustrations about fatigue, about performance, about feeling like their body has started to betray them. I've seen eyes lower when they talk about waking up without that morning spark, about losing that fire that once made them feel alive. But what if the answer didn't come from a pharmacy? What if it came from nature, from something that's been around since the Garden of Eden? Here's the shocking part. New medical findings are forcing doctors, including myself, to take a second look at apple juice. Behind its sweetness hides a compound so effective at improving blood flow, cellular repair, and testosterone balance that many in my field can't believe the data. Because we were taught to underestimate it, to see it as just sugar water. But the truth is, when consumed the right way and at the right time, this simple drink can do things that medications often struggle to replicate without side effects. Imagine this for a moment. Waking up with clearer energy, stronger circulation, and a renewed sense of confidence that doesn't come from a pill, but from a glass poured by your own hand. Imagine feeling your body respond, slowly but surely, as if life itself is being poured back into your veins. That's not fantasy. It's biology, rediscovered. So before you dismiss what I'm saying as just another internet claim, listen closely. Because what I'm about to reveal in this video will show you why apple juice, when taken in a very specific morning routine, can become one of the most underestimated health tools for men over 60. It's something your doctor may not have mentioned, not because it doesn't work, but because sometimes the simplest answers are the hardest to believe. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why something so ordinary could be the secret that makes you feel extraordinary again. Before we go any further, let me make one thing clear. This isn't about drinking any random apple juice from the supermarket and expecting miracles. What I'm going to show you today is the science-backed truth about how apple juice, when used the right way, can support blood flow, protect your prostate, and awaken your natural vitality after 60. Yes, I said awaken, because the energy, strength, and passion you once had are not gone. They've simply been asleep, waiting for the right trigger to come alive again. I'll reveal how a natural compound found in apples can help your body produce more nitric oxide, the same molecule that keeps your blood vessels young, flexible, and strong. It's the same mechanism that modern medications for circulation try to imitate, but nature designed it first. And that's not all. In just a few minutes, you'll discover why the timing of your morning routine, the moment you drink this juice, is crucial. A simple shift of a few minutes can decide whether your body uses it for healing or stores it as sugar. I'll also explain why most men over 60 have been unknowingly sabotaging their hormones with breakfast habits that block testosterone activity and slow down metabolism. And you'll see how one small glass of properly prepared apple juice, taken under the right conditions, can reverse that pattern, helping your body regain balance, energy, and even confidence in intimate moments. But don't expect a miracle overnight. What I'm about to share isn't a shortcut. It's a reset. A natural reset that taps into your body's original design. If you stay with me until the end of this video, I'll give you the complete morning formula I've shared with my private patients, including the one secret ingredient that makes apple juice go from just healthy to medically remarkable. And yes, there's something else I'll reveal. Something even I didn't believe at first until I saw it happen in my clinic. A patient, 71 years old, walked into my office with fatigue, low drive, and high blood pressure. After 30 days of following this simple morning routine, his numbers changed, his energy returned, and even his wife noticed a difference. You'll hear that story before this video ends, so if you've ever thought your best years were behind you, stay with me. Because what you'll learn here may be the first step in proving that the male body, even after 60, is far more powerful and capable of renewal than most doctors dare to say out loud. When you've spent as many years as I have sitting across from men who have lost faith in their own bodies, you start to realize something powerful. It's not just about hormones or blood flow. It's about identity, about feeling like yourself again. And if you're watching this, you know exactly what I mean. You've worked hard your entire life, provided for your family, faced the storms, and stood strong through decades of change. But somewhere along the way, the energy you once carried, that unstoppable drive, started to fade. As a urologist, I've heard every confession imaginable. Doctor, I feel tired all the time. Doctor, I don't wake up the way I used to. Doctor, my confidence, it's slipping. These aren't just words to me, they're echoes of men who still have so much to live for but feel trapped in a body that no longer listens. And I tell each one of them the same thing I'll tell you now. Your body is not broken. It's simply waiting for the right message to start healing again. Over the years, I've treated hundreds of men in their 60s, 70s, even 80s who thought vitality was a closed chapter. But the truth is, biology doesn't close. It adapts. With the right nutrition, the right timing, and the right care, your system can start performing again in ways that surprise you. I've seen it happen with my own eyes. One of my patients, a retired engineer named Thomas, told me he'd stopped golfing because his stamina had disappeared. His hands would tremble, his legs felt heavy, and even his laughter had lost its spark. After 2 months of adjusting his morning routine, which included the very apple juice formula I'll share later, he came back with a grin that said it all. "Doctor," he said, "I didn't think I'd feel this alive again. And that's why I speak with such conviction. Because I've witnessed transformation where others saw decline. I've read the blood tests. I've seen testosterone levels rise naturally, blood pressure stabilize, and that unmistakable glow of confidence return to a man's face. So, when I tell you that something as simple as apple juice can become a catalyst for renewal, I'm not speaking as a dreamer. I'm speaking as a doctor who has seen science and spirit work hand in hand. You deserve to know that your body is still capable of incredible things. And today, I'll help you rediscover that truth. After 60, the male body enters a new phase, not of weakness, but of transition. Your cells no longer respond as quickly as they once did, your metabolism begins to slow, and the arteries that once carried life with force start to lose flexibility. It's not your fault, it's biology. But understanding it is the first step to reclaiming control. Inside every man's body, there's a powerful engine, the cardiovascular system. It's what fuels your strength, your focus, your passion. Yet over the years, cholesterol buildup, inflammation, and oxidative stress begin to narrow the blood vessels, limiting oxygen and nutrient delivery. That means less energy reaching your muscles, your brain, and yes, even your intimate organs. What many men mistake as aging is often just poor circulation silently eroding vitality from within. And then there's testosterone, the silent architect of male energy. From your mood to your metabolism, even to your confidence, it governs everything. But after 60, natural production drops by nearly 1% every year. That might not sound like much, but by the time you're 70, it can mean a 30% decline in total testosterone levels. The result? You wake up tired, your motivation fades, and your once strong drive, both physical and emotional, begins to flicker. The worst part is that most men ignore these signs. They call it just getting old. They wait until the fatigue becomes unbearable, or until their doctor prescribes another pill to mask the symptoms. But pills don't fix the underlying problem. They simply press pause. And nature doesn't like to be paused. This is where nutrition becomes your greatest ally. The foods and drinks you consume daily send chemical messages to every cell in your body. Some accelerate decay, others awaken healing. And among the simplest, most underestimated of these is apple juice, when used properly. You see, apples are rich in polyphenols and quercetin, natural compounds that act like microscopic repair crews. They fight oxidation, improve nitric oxide production, and help blood vessels regain flexibility. When your blood flows freely, your body remembers what vitality feels like. Your muscles recover faster, your mind sharpens, and your energy returns not just during the day, but in those intimate moments you thought were behind you. So if you've been feeling slower, colder, or less alive lately, don't ignore it. Your body isn't giving up, it's asking for help. And the answer might begin with something as simple as what you pour into your glass tomorrow morning. Now let's go deeper, because the real magic of apple juice begins at the molecular level. Most men think of it as a sugary drink, but when you choose the right apple and the right preparation, it becomes something very different. A biochemical signal for regeneration. You see, apples contain a compound called quercetin, a natural antioxidant that works like a shield inside your arteries. It reduces inflammation, improves endothelial function, and helps your blood vessels stay open and flexible. That means better blood flow to your heart, your brain, and the parts of your body that define your masculinity. But here's something most people don't know. Timing is everything. When you drink apple juice first thing in the morning before breakfast, your body absorbs its nutrients more efficiently. Your stomach is empty, your insulin response is calm, and your cells are like open doors ready to receive energy. This is when quercetin and polyphenols activate enzymes that boost nitric oxide, the molecule responsible for circulation and oxygen transport. That's why my patients often describe feeling lighter and more awake after just a few mornings. It's not caffeine, it's chemistry. There's also malic acid, another hidden gem in apples. It helps the body convert stored fat into usable energy, gently supporting metabolism without stressing the liver. For older men who struggle with sluggish digestion and fatigue, this is life-changing. One of my patients, a 68-year-old named Raymond, told me he used to feel drained after breakfast. We adjusted his morning, water first, then a small glass of cold-pressed apple juice before eating. Within 2 weeks, he noticed he was no longer crashing mid-morning. His digestion improved, and surprisingly, so did his mood. But here's the part that truly shocks many doctors. Studies show that the natural sugars in apples, when balanced by their fiber and antioxidants, don't cause harmful blood sugar spikes in healthy individuals. Instead, they can support glucose control when taken in moderation and paired with protein later in the morning. So instead of draining your energy, this simple drink sustains it. And finally, there's something beautifully simple about it. The ritual. Waking up, pouring that glass, taking a slow, mindful sip as sunlight fills the room. It's more than nutrition. It's a signal to your body that you're choosing life, renewal, and strength again. Every morning becomes a declaration. I'm not done. I'm still here, and I'm taking care of me. Because at the end of the day, men who honor their bodies with these small, intentional habits often see the greatest transformations. Not just in numbers or lab results, but in how alive they feel when they look in the mirror. So here's the truth most doctors won't tell you. The real secret isn't just what you drink, but how you drink it. Apple juice alone is powerful, yes, but when you pair it with the right routine, it becomes transformative. Here's what I teach my patients. Start your morning with a glass of water to awaken your metabolism, then wait just 5 minutes and drink a small glass on about 150 milliliters of fresh, cold-pressed apple juice. Not the boxed kind filled with preservatives, but juice made from real apples, preferably green or red with the skin on. Why with the skin? Because that's where nature hides the highest concentration of polyphenols and quercetin, the compounds that restore elasticity to your blood vessels, protect your prostate, and help your body produce more nitric oxide naturally. It's this molecule, nitric oxide, that gives you better blood flow, more energy, and even stronger, more consistent performance where it matters most. And when you do this consistently, morning after morning, your cells begin to remember what youth felt like. The fog lifts, the spark returns. Many men over 60 think decline is inevitable, but I've seen the opposite. I've watched men their age regain stamina, confidence, and even desire. Not through expensive treatments, but through small, disciplined rituals like this. The kind of rituals that remind your body of what it was designed to do, to live fully, vibrantly, and purposefully. So tomorrow morning, when you stand in your kitchen holding that glass of apple juice, I want you to see more than a drink. I want you to see a choice, your choice to invest in yourself again, to stop letting the years dictate what's possible, and to start living with intention. You're not too old to change, you're not too late to heal, and you're certainly not past your prime. Because as a doctor, I can tell you this with absolute certainty. The male body was never meant to fade quietly. It was built to adapt, to fight, and to thrive. You just have to give it the right tools. And sometimes that tool comes in the simplest form imaginable: a glass of apple juice. If you found this message valuable, tell me where you're watching from in the comments below. I love hearing the stories of men choosing strength again. And make sure to stay with us, because in the next video, I'll reveal another natural secret that most people overlook. One that could multiply the effects of this morning ritual even further. Until then, take care of yourself. Your best years can still begin now.